students in DSP, we have studied the FIR filter, and in this unit we are discussing about the IIR filter. And in this sequence we have seen what are different IIR filter designing techniques, bilinear transformation, etc., derivative method, and we have seen the Butterworth filter and Chebyshev filter designing. Now today we are going to discuss the inverse Chebyshev filter. Inverse Chebyshev filter, its response is just inverse of the टाइप 1 शेबिशेव फ़िल्टर, जो भी हमने शेबिशेव फ़िल्टर पढ़ा है. सो द शेबिशेव फ़िल्टर, इफ़ वी कंसिडर द लो पास शेबिशेव फ़िल्टर, जो कि आप स्क्रीन में देख रहे हैं, तो टाइप 1 शेबिशेव फ़िल्टर जो प्रीवियसली हमने पढ़ा है नॉर्मल शेबिशेव फ़िल्टर में, उसमें द रिपल्स आर देयर इन द पास बैंड, मीन्स बिटवीन ए एंड 0.707 ए, इसके बीच में रिपल्स वेयर देयर. एंड इन केस ऑफ इनवर्स शेबिशेव फिल्टर द रिपल्स आर देयर इन द स्टॉप बैंड. So you can observe these ripples in the stop band of the low pass inverse Chebyshev filter. So this diagram is for the magnitude response of the low pass inverse Chebyshev filter. Now inverse Chebyshev filters are called type 2 Chebyshev filters, and a low pass inverse Chebyshev filters expression, magnitude response expression is h j omega magnitude epsilon c n ohms 2 by ohm c plus upon 1 plus epsilon square c n square ohm 2 by ohm. So this Cn is nothing but it is Chebyshev polynomial Cnx, and Cnx is given as Cnx is equal to cos of n cos inverse x for x less than equal to 1, and for x greater than equal to 1 Cnx is cos hyperbolic n cos hyperbolic inverse x. So we can find out its value of Cnx from these expressions. And the parameters for the inverse Chebyshev filters, if we consider that, if these parameters from this diagram we can consider as 0.707 and 1 के बीच में लाई करेगा मैग्नीट्यूड रिस्पॉन्स, एंड एच ऑफ जे ओमेगा इज लेस देन इक्वल टू डेल्टा 2 ऑलवेज फॉर ओम्स इज ग्रेटर देन ओम्स 2, एंड फर्स्ट कंडीशन में 0 एंड ओम सी के बीच में the response is like this. So using these above two equations, these two equations, we can have the response 0.707 square and 1 के बीच में we can have epsilon square c n square ohm 2 by ohm c upon 1 plus epsilon square c n square ohm 2 by ohm for ohms greater than equal to ohm 2. And if we substitute when ohms is equal to ohms 2 is equal to ohm c, then delta 2 square will be equal to epsilon square upon 1 plus epsilon square, and इसको rearrange करके we can determine epsilon's value. So epsilon is equal to delta 2 upon 1 plus delta 2 square raised to 1 by 2 or 0.5. And when ohms become equal to omega c, ohm c, then its value is 0.5 is equal to epsilon square c n square ohms 2 by ohm c. हमने c n x लिया है, value of x is here ohms 2 by ohm c, this upon 1 plus epsilon square c n square ohm 2 by ohm c. Now solving this equation, equating both the sides, and we can have Cn ohm 2 by ohm c is equal to 1 upon epsilon. We substitute this value in the equation 8.53, जो अभी हमने बोला था Cnx is equal to cos n cos inverse x and cos hyperbolic n cos hyperbolic inverse x for x greater than equal to 1. So for x greater than equal to 1 वाली condition में we will substitute the value. So cos hyperbolic n cos hyperbolic pi ohm 2 by ohm c is equal to 1 upon epsilon, and we can determine the order of the filter from using these above equations, and the order of the filter can be determined as n is equal to cos hyperbolic inverse of 1 upon epsilon upon cos hyperbolic inverse ohm 2 by ohm c. So this will give you the formula cos hyperbolic inverse 1 by delta 2 square minus 1 raised to 1 by 2 upon cos hyperbolic inverse ohm 2 by ohm c, and the value of n should be chosen as the nearest larger integer greater than the value of n. Then other types of filters are elliptic filters, and these filters response is it is irregular response in the low. In case of low pass filter, some irregularity in the pass band as well as in the stop band also. So these elliptical filters are having very restricted applications, and they are also called coir filters, and this has the equiripple pass band and stop band. Then we can design the elliptical filters, but that we will see later on. This is not in syllabus. So let us move on to the next topic, that is known as the frequency transformation. Now this frequency transformation is very important, and we will continue the class in